Forget pink or blue explosions. You can reveal gender just by sniffing a hand. Researchers at Florida International University's Global Forensic and Justice Center collected odor samples from the hands of 30 women and 30 men. They analyzed the hands' volatile chemical compounds. Their high vapor pressure means they float off the skin, and the scent was run through a protein analysis machine that predicted biological sex with over 96% accuracy. Why does this matter? Forensic crime scene investigation. Palm stink science could instantly rule out potential suspects. Vsauce, 1 story down, 7 to go. This is Mind Blow. I really need this robot to be my friend. We primarily think of robotic potential as giving us another set of hands or automating something tedious, but sometimes we need raw power. The Robo Design Lab at the University of Illinois is refining a robot that can bust down a door, toss a payload, and alleviate strain in a warehouse setting. Instead of wearing out knees, backs, and joints moving heavy boxes, the semi-anthropomorphic teleoperated dynamic rolling robot can modulate its acceleration and forces to move heavy objects, like this box, without tipping over the water bottle. And it can still deliver the tendies and pizza rolls your mom makes when you redeem your good boy points. Pangolins are little weird dinosaur dragons covered in protective scales, so put one in your gut. A roboticist at the Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems was inspired by pangolin videos he watched on YouTube to create a tiny medical robot that can curl up to fit inside a pill. Its outside aluminum scales house a silicon body infused with magnetic microparticles, so the 1 centimeter by 2 centimeter by 200 micrometer pangolin bot can be manipulated and even heated by magnetic fields to access areas of the digestive tract the fully soft bots can't touch. That means the ability to spot treat ulcers, to stop bleeding, or to target tumors. And just like the pangolin, it can roll up and unroll, and it's just the right blend of hard and soft. This tree is a freak! Cypress trees can reach about 50 meters in height, but a Tibetan cypress just found in the Yarlung-Zangbo Grand Canyon Nature Reserve has been awarded the status of Asia's tallest tree. At 102 meters, it's nearly 40 feet higher than the Grand Buddha at Lingshan, 30 feet more than the Statue of Liberty, and 13 feet taller than the Peter the Great statue in Russia. It's over 3 meters in diameter and has a unique root system that is partly above ground, and a 3D scanner using LiDAR mapped out every dimension and confirmed it as the continent's largest. And it's basically a giant hotel for the valley's plants and animals. The tallest tree in the world is also in the Cupressaceae family, a 381-foot redwood in California. Congratulations, trees! Please hit the like button, and finally, a service I use to make vsauce 2 videos has sponsored vsauce 2. Storyblocks is a stock media subscription service I've used for years for unlimited downloads of royalty-free video. If you're a creator, this is the way to go. A simple subscription, a huge library of video, images, sound effects, music, and editing templates, and it's all 100% royalty-free forever, with no restrictions on where you distribute your videos. So no more expensive pay-per-clip pricing. Sound good? Yeah, that's why I use Storyblocks. To get started with unlimited stock media downloads at one set price, go to storyblocks.com/vsauce2 or click the link down in the description below. Storyblocks is awesome. Okay. Birds are using anti-bird weapons against us. We love birds, but a huge flock of, say, pigeons in cities can leave disgusting large-scale messes. Hostile architecture can combat that by deterring birds from perching. But it turns out that crows and magpies find the spiky wires really useful for construction materials. One magpie nest in a tree in Antwerp, Belgium, contained around 1,500 metal spikes stripped from nearby buildings, with the sharp prongs serving dual functions. They're great building support for twigs, and they also keep out other birds. Look, if a rival bird species likes to eat your eggs, you've got to protect your kids by crafting a prickly dome that can skewer your enemies. Everyone knows that. It's bionic finger time. A combination of AI algorithms and surgical implants allows amputees to manipulate each finger of a bionic hand. Researchers at the Center for Biotics and Pain Research in Sweden created an electroneuromuscular device that raises the bar for bionic limbs, because in the past, prosthetic limbs couldn't do that much and had a very limited range of motions and abilities. But by rewiring nerves to muscles and fusing the device to bone, which is called osseointegration, detailed movements are possible, with total control over individual fingers to use touchscreens, pump gas, and turn a screwdriver. But most importantly, patients can grab the gamer fuel they need to live forever. Radioactive moon slab. We know way less about the far side of the moon than you probably realize, and a giant radioactive granite slab doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a huge mass of creep between the Compton and Belkovich craters. That's K for potassium, Re for rare earth metals, and P for phosphorus. But researchers at the Planetary Science Institute have now identified a hunk 50 kilometers across and a few kilometers thick that is weirdly hot because it's teeming with decaying thorium and uranium formed through melted rock from a volcano. The Apollo program's samples would suggest the moon's volcanism happened 3 to 4 billion years ago, but the Compton-Belkovich thorium anomaly could be just a billion years old. The far side of the moon is keeping secrets, and we need to know more. Buddy. This axe is ridiculously old. Imagine fighting over the last woolly mammoth rib with some Neanderthal named Crag, and he whips out a 30 centimeter, 1.6 kilogram axe. An excavation from University College London Archaeology Southeast in Kent, England, unearthed 800 stone artifacts, including a massive flint axe over 300,000 years old, right in the transition between the lower and middle Paleolithic eras. Was it a weapon of war? Did they need a heavy tool to deliver the final blow in hunting? Or was it simply a marker of status? A napped blade of this size could have been used for chopping, butchering, or cutting. It's like a Stone Age behemoth Swiss Army knife or something out of Diablo. And now for the Lady Kenmore dishwasher, allowing wives the freedom to bake their husband a cake in 1974.
Because it has 2 hot water jets that scour dishes, and a stainless steel pulverizer for soft food waste. We call Sears Lady Kenmore the Freedom Maker, because it gives you freedom to do more important things.